Hey guys, my name is Bando, this is Breakfast Bando, and today, after getting some feedback from you guys, I have decided to do a bit of a showcase of some of my more favourite conversions. So these are all just going to be conversions that are fully painted, they're all finished, nothing work in progress here, and they're not really like my all-time favourite bestest conversions, just ones that I really like. Personally, like, you know, they're ones that I think I'm quite proud of. You know, just some of the hobby that I've actually taken enjoyment with. So first up, I have got Turan Yu, which means swiftly from the horizon, and he is one of my earliest heresy models, and he's the commander of my White Scars, envisioned as being the guy who would go on to form the Ravagers chapter, the second founding chapter, who are a red White Scars successor, and he's made from several kits. Main body is from Gygor Fell-Handed with Mark III arms and bits, Mark IV bits from the Chaplain kit that comes with Betrayal at Calth, and some Custodia bits, and also his Mark V jump pack is also magnetised, which is nice. Tugan's one of those models that I just think the pose works really well. I think I would struggle to replicate this model going forward, and it's one I'm really proud of. The base is a little bad now because I use bicarbonate of soda for the snow, and it just loses its kind of luster and goes kind of grey yellow, so it does just look a bit suspect now. Now, sticking to the White Scars, is one of the other, or the second HQ unit I made for my White Scars, who is a Terminator clad Stormseer, made from the Terminator from Betrayal at Calth. Took his arm off, replaced it with Aramon's pointing hand, and his other arm is replaced with a Cataphracti Terminator arm and sword. Random marine head with a top knot, some fantasy bits for like the book. A holster from, I think, the Mark III kit, and then on the back you can see here the horsehair crest is actually from the Dire Avengers kit. Not my best painting work, but I still like it. I think it fits. There's no major complaints I have about this model. Yeah, I quite like it. It's one of those ones that I'd quite happily take that out to a tournament or whatever still. So, next up we have moving to the Imperial Fists, and I've got a Veteran Sergeant. Just a regular Veteran Sergeant. So this isn't really a conversion, it's more just a kit bash, using parts from the Mark III kit, using parts from some of the Imperial Fist Veteran stuff. I think the head's actually from the Black Templars upgrade sprue, not from a 30k kit. But I like this because of sort of the actual weight of the melter bomb he's holding. It looks like he is about to heft that thing against his target. And there is something about the whole aesthetic of this model that really kind of does it for me. I'm just very happy with all the balance and kind of flow of the model. So we're going to stick with the Imperial Fist for a little bit. There's a couple more models. So this is the leader of my Imperial Fist Indomitus Terminators, known as the Spider of Thraxia, and he is built off of a limited edition, like Games Day or something, Terminator Captain, and then I've used parts from the old Deathwing set. It's not a legal loadout because, Power Fist and Paragon Blade, but there's no Terminator arms which I can just have at ease, so that's his Storm Shield as far as I care. I love this helmet. It comes from, I believe, the same Terminator kit, and it's just got loads of really cool kind of optics on it. So, nice static pose. I like a good sort of stoic static pose. And then up here is a Primus Meday in Indomitus armor, which again is something we've lost. Made from parts from, again, the Indomitus set, the Grey Knights set, the Deathwing upgrade set, and then even the old Command Squad. this was heavily inspired by like the old Space Crusade and old Space Hulk, with lots of random markings, lots of white and red together. It doesn't hugely stand out as an Imperial Fist, but you know, I there's not enough room. But it's still, it's one of those things. I really like the look of him. I can see him doing his job on the battlefield, and he was a pleasure to paint as well. So we're moving off the Imperial Fists now, and we're going to go over to the last of the Lee Loyalists, and it's the Albino. So Salamander's Recon Commander on a bike in the Tempest Galleries colour scheme. I really was trying to sort of imply a veteran who lives out of his bike with a lot of equipment, doing his job. You know, he does reconnaissance. That's what he's there for. And you know, he's never been back to Nocturne. That's why he's still got his pale white skin. And I tried to pull up the albinoism by using a lot of pink washes on there as well. And worked heavily on the base to make the kind of ruined city which this army is supposed to be set in. I do need to drill the barrels, unfortunately. So we should be moving over to the Traitors now. And this is one of the older Heresy models I had. It was a test model, done as a bit of a palette cleanser. And it's one of the old masters of the chapter. It's very dusty. I need to clean my models more. One of the old masters of the chapter, and it's actually in metal. And obviously it's an Emperor's Children. He's got his cheeky Infinity Gauntlet and a nice kind of glossy glass-esque blade, which is what I was going for. In a very darker purple kind of scheme, more similar to some of the artwork. With this nice top knot. I can't remember where the top knot's from, and there you'll see I've just broken it. With bits from things like the Terminator Captain kit for his Iron Halo. The head's from one of the Phalanx Warders, I believe. But it's a lovely kit, old metal model, very small nowadays. Continuing that with the Traitors is the Praetor for My Thousand Sons, and this is built from, I believe it was Shadow Captain Corvidae, something like that. It was a Raven Guard character that then became just like a generic commanding character that was in the command set. I had to shave down his legs quite heavily, work a lot of different bits in there from different kits. There's bits from all the sort of Thousand Sons 40k kits, Araman. And yeah, this is just sort of a generic Praetor. He's still got that Mark 6 look. He's got the nice beaky helmet, but it's a lot more ornate. You can see sort of that used to be that leg was just really caked in like eagle details, and that all got taken away. And then, you know, a nice cape. I think that's actually from... I can't remember where that's from. It's not the Alpha Legion one, I don't think. But yep. That's a Chief Librarian or a Praetor for My Thousand Sons. Now we're going over to the non-humans, and this was... I did some orcs as a bit of a palette cleanser, and this is one of the models I'm really proud of, both painting-wise and sort of conversion-wise. The conversion's really simple. It's the Blood Bowl orc character. I took his hand off and I stuck a power claw on there, and then I just started adding gubbins. That was it. Like, there's no serious work done here, it's just gubbins. And I think it really does kind of portray this angry knob boss racing towards you to grab you and just crump you. I love doing chipping and weathering, so it was a real enjoyment to do that with this model. Picking out the scars, the skin, trying to work some texture in there with all the tiny brush strokes. And then the glowing eyes really pull it all together, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It came out exactly in my mind is how I see it now. It all came out perfectly. And of course he's got a little weird guy on top of him, you know, which everyone loves. It's a pity I can't get the rest of my orcs to look as good as him. So we're on to vehicles now, and this is a nice simple one. I have 3 of these. It's just the classic land speeder, and all I've done is replace the crew and added these 3D printed missile launchers from a Contemptor Dreadnought. All of the what are they called? Proteus land speeders, they're too expensive. Far too expensive for what they are, especially on the field. So I wanted something that looked like it was a little bit more low-tech, because that was the fluff for my guys. These plastic ones were cheap because you could get them through the magazine, and they fit. So I have a squadron of 3 of those. This guy you might have seen online as well already, and this is my Raven Guard Contemptor Quartus. Quartus Dreadnoughts were lower quality Dreadnoughts that you used to be able to take in Heresy 1.0, built as like field repair Dreadnoughts. And you can see here this guy's got bits stolen from a World Eater's Dreadnought. He's got like repairs to his reactor, cabling everywhere. The plasma gun doesn't match the rest of his body, so that's probably stolen from somewhere. And all in all, I just wanted this Dreadnought to look like a battered veteran who has been kept alive by sheer like force of will and WD-40. This is one of the old like Contemptor like rigor mortis Dreadnoughts, the monopose one. It was the last one I worked with, and I wanted to go really hard with that, so I hacked it up to bits. And this is probably one I'm most famous for, my Spider Dread. This always gets a good reception whenever it turns up. It's the old resin Deradreo. Yeah, they're not as like special anymore because everyone's got them in plastic. But this was quite a big deal when I first did it. I mean, this is probably one of my like most successful threads I ever made on Reddit. You can see I'm just trying to prove it's the resin one. And again, it was just a minor conversion. It was just the top of this Dreadnought thrown onto the legs of an Onager Dune Crawler. Now, the problem is that the base size is like a 50mm base versus a 90mm, so I kept him on the Dreadnought size base, but had to build out the base really, to get the legs to fit on, and I think I've managed to keep it, quite well. And I think it kind of covers the angry, kind of skittering air defense look I was going for. So yeah, I'm very simple conversion, but it makes a nice centerpiece for the army, and that's it. That really is sort of like some of my more favourite conversions that I've worked on. This is probably close to, I don't know, was it 5-6 years worth of progress between models. The White Scars would have been just before or just after 8th edition came out. So all in all, yeah, I think I'm quite happy with them, and they've done what I wanted. So I hope that's kind of what you guys wanted. If you have any questions or any sort of requests, please don't hesitate to give me a shout, say hi, pop a comment down below, let me know what you want to see, if there's any sort of games or projects, or if there's miniatures you've seen on my Instagram or anywhere else that you'd like to have a closer look at, or learn more about, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm more than happy to talk about what I do in the hobby, and apparently that's what you guys want to see, so don't be shy. On Discord we're currently having a look at some people's armies in the old hobby room, so if you're not a part of the Discord, why don't you go check out the community notes? There's a link there. I think there's also a link in the description now. Come join us over on Discord. We're more or less friendly, and we like to share what we're working on, stuff we've got, anti-globalist conspiracy theories, the usual kind of normal person stuff. So yeah, that's about it. I think that's it. Maybe I'll do my favourite tanks next. I've got a lot of tanks, so I think favourite tanks would be a good one, because I can do the same sort of number of models, and I know some of you really like tanks. So thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you want to support the channel, like, subscribe, hit the share button, pop a comment down there. And if you're in the UK or Europe, and you shop at Element Games, don't forget you can use my Element Games code JAM, JAM737, I can never remember it, it's in the description, to double your reward points. If you're in Scandinavia, or Sweden, or wherever, that you're about to get hit with a 14% increase in costs, why not have a look at ordering from Element Games before that hits, because that's going to suck. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Keep an eye out for things like my Kill Team update. I'm getting pretty close to getting those guys done. Yeah, sorry I keep saying I've got nothing better to say. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everyone out there who watches and comments. You're the best. Alright, my name is Bando. This is Brexit Bando. Bye bye.